Now recording. What's going on, everybody? We've got Chris, and I'm joined again by my esteemed colleague.
Paul. Hey, welcome back. It's been a while.
It has been a minute, my friend. Where have you been?
Just flying the world and visiting
Here
my
and there.
family in the US, and that was nice. I was sitting there hanging out for a month, not working, which was cool. But now we're back to business.
Now it's all back to business, and boy, I don't know about you, it was tough to get the rig back up.
Oh yeah.
Turns out Microsoft is pretty what do they call it now? Microslop.
Right.
I'm telling you, every time I boot up my computer, it's like, hey man, are you interested in Pilot 365? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. And they're like, hey, we noticed that you don't have anything backed up to OneDrive. For the low price of $9.99, we can get you going with that. And I'm like, for now, I'm good. Can we, and by the 12th option, I'm literally clicking everything. Dude, I'm like Control-Alt-Tabbing, Control-Alt-Deleting to try to get Task Manager to get out of this.
It keeps asking me if I want to upgrade to Windows 11, but my computer is not compatible to be upgraded to Windows 11, so it's pretty awesome.
We have a very similar thing with our old. This is a bit off topic, just slightly, but for our work stuff, we use Virtual DJ for a lot of our track playback stuff, and the laptops that because we hand out like netbooks because we're handing them out to like musicians, so they're gonna break them. They don't know how to use you can't give them nice things. So they all have like Windows. They have Windows XP on them, and they can't run on Windows 7. But you can't get a legitimate copy of Windows XP. Like our multimedia guy reached out to them and was like, hey, the way that we're running our system can only do Windows XP, and they're like, yeah, sorry. So he just got he just got a torrent. He just ripped it.
Yeah.
So now every time you boot it up in like the rehearsal rooms, it'll be like, you may be a victim of counterfeit software counterfeiting. And I laughed so hard. Dude, when musicians show it to me, I'm like, oh, you should call our multimedia director and tell him that you found that. He gets so upset. He gets so mad. So Windows is, everybody needs to go Linux. I'm not a Linux guy. How about you, Paul?
No,
I've never touched a Linux computer. I've never even seen what Linux looks like running on a computer.
I installed Linux one time because my desktop, I don't know what I did. This was back in high school, and I somehow killed my desktop PC, where it wouldn't boot up to Windows. So I had to install, and I looked up a guide online, like, hey, what the hell is this error I'm getting? And I had to sideload Linux to fix some file on my Windows drive, and then I could launch my Windows again. It was pretty intense.
That sounds pretty intense. I'll give it to you. You're very good for strange, kind of outlandish, hey, I found this thing on a subreddit. Try this, and it'll be the exact solution. I don't know how you do that, but
yeah, look, information's out there. You just gotta look for it.
I'm not good at looking. I'm a sound guy, not a sight guy. I don't get paid for that. I don't get paid to look at things.
Right. We all have our niche.
I'm a computer guy. You helped me build that one computer. Remember when we swapped out the CPU?
Yeah.
And it could only handle, because of the socket type, it could only handle what was it? It was an AMD Vishera or Chimera or something. And
sounds right.
Glued and we thermal pasted the CPU in, but it didn't even occur to me to measure the size of the CPU.
Yeah.
Which protruded past the case. So literally you just had my CPU sticking out and the entire side of the case open. That computer went on for an additional 3 years, dude. That's
pretty good.
That wasn't too bad. I invite anybody in the comments below to tell me about your computer building experience. Dude, when we did this, there weren't I think the pre-built market was pretty rough at the time. And that was probably 2008, maybe a little bit later.
A little bit later, but
but not too much. 2010, 12.
Yeah.
Dude, it was you had to buy shit from Newegg was the place that everybody got shit from. Yep.
Yeah.
Are they still a thing?
I think they're still around, but I think they changed owners at some point and nobody uses them anymore.
That's what I figured. I mean, we stopped using them.
Yeah.
And they were that good. We were using them for business purchases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were really good for a while.
Yeah, so that was the the back in the day computer building story,
Right.
but that's not why we're here, Paul. Why are we here
Well,
today?
just quickly about the computer building. Today you wouldn't be able to build a computer, so it's just too expensive. It's just so fucking expensive to build like a good machine these days.
Oh,
It's
you can get a case.
yeah, with no RAM, but that's fine. You don't need that.
You don't need too much RAM.
No.
Just
Anyways,
just a little. Yeah. I mean,
we'll talk about Microsoft more later.
yeah, we
Let's move on.
got well, yeah, I mean they're about to make that cash back.
Dude, we were gone for like a month, and video game industry decided to like shit the bed.
Yeah, they totally everybody's just like, you know what? Fuck it. Console wars are
Like,
kind of back, but not really. Like we're not really
yeah,
competing per
like
se, but we're
it's not the fun version of console wars, just kind of the sad version.
I know
But
it's more fun when like the big companies are like, we need your dollar and we'll stoop to any low to get it. You know what I mean? They'll show it would be like a political campaign. They'd be like, the head of
yeah,
Sony doesn't like, I don't know, puppies, whatever. I don't care. I don't care what the commercial was. I like watching the commercials.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, who do we even, well, you know what, before we get into the news section, I guess we should talk now. Spoilers, Paul obviously has been out of the country for a little while. And I also am the proud owner of a couple of brand new puppies myself. So
Nice.
it's
What kind of
been
puppies did you
hectic.
get? What's your puppy choice?
So we ended up going with some decent companion style dogs. We got a golden retriever, which by the
Classic.
way, I didn't know, like, so dogs have like different scales of breeding, like an ELO, if you want, you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Um, so this golden, the brother of the father is like the sire for all the bat dogs that they use for like the minor league games for like Trenton Thunder. Like when you're seeing them and like somebody hits a foul ball and a golden retriever runs out onto the field to grab it.
Right.
That's the lineage of this dog. So
So you have
it's
a
like grand champion.
celebrity puppy.
It's a level above champion breed.
Right.
And then the other is a German Shepherd, long haired.
Nice.
They're actually, and you know what? They're pretty good, but the oldest one, they're like a week apart, and the oldest one is 12 weeks. So they're
Right.
still like,
They're puppies, like tiny puppies.
they don't let you sleep. They're like a baby, for lack
My
of better terms. I know, listen,
You say
I'm
that.
sorry, everybody. Yeah. Look, sorry to all the parents in the audience there. I know it's a completely different thing. Guess what? Both of them make bitchy noises at 3:30 a.m. and wake you out of a dead sleep and make you deal with them.
My baby decided to sleep the whole flight back, which was awesome.
Yeah, you know what? I'll trade you for a day. Take my dogs on a plane. We had to take my dogs to the vet this morning at like 8 a.m. Oh. Dude, I'm
they love the
better
car
at the
ride?
morning stuff, but 8 a.m. still hurts. To be somewhere at 8, not like, hey, it's time to get up and you gotta be on the road by like 8. No, like, hey dude, 6:40, that alarm's going off. You better be at the place ready to talk to a doctor, a veterinarian about your dog's future.
Right.
At 8 a.m. Look, I did not have that ability. Luckily, my fiance did.
Good.
She came prepared. Dude, I'm like, all action things. I'm like, hey, listen, if there's a threat here, I can deal with it. But like, if you guys are talking about whether we're giving the dog which type of tick prevention, you tell me. Don't ask me which one.
I don't know, and I don't care.
I don't. I don't. Are ticks a big threat for them right now? Do they need this? I don't. But I also don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, yeah, dude, your dogs are gonna die.
Right. Since they're so little, you gotta do the pet insurance route these days. Is that the way to go?
No, we looked into it. Pet insurance is still a scam.
Still a scam?
Yeah, it ends up costing you about $1,500 a year.
It's a lot.
And that's for them being like super duper puppies.
Yeah.
It gets worse, obviously.
Right.
As soon as they hit like the 7 or 8 threshold.
Well.
So I think it's just you're better off putting that money into a side account and just assuming, assuming that eventually one of your dogs is going to eat something and you're going to have one of those trips.
Yep.
Like 10 o'clock at night, the dog's throwing up everywhere. And then you get there and they're like, yeah, he ate a whole block of cheese. That was kind of weird for him. Anyway, he'll probably pass that. You can just take, go to the front and they'll get you squared away for this emergency 11 p.m. visit. It's only going to cost you about $900 today.
Right.
to hear me tell you that your dog's going to be fine and that you should be more responsible with your food that you leave out.
Yep.
So I mean, that's kind of like the future. I already know, I'm a dog guy, so I already knew what the future was going to bring. But yeah, so I mean, we haven't been playing too many games, but
No.
we should
At least
touch
not
on what
me.
we've been doing since we're,
I have one game I touched in the time I've been gone.
Tell me about it. Tell me more.
I unfortunately have not had time to get back into Star Ocean for now, so no update there.
Would you like to hear my quick Star Ocean update?
Sure. What's your Star Ocean update? Why do you have a Star Ocean update?
Well, because, for anybody who is unaware, as we've been going, Star Ocean 3 till the end of time is the best game ever made.
Spoilers.
And Paul decided it's a pretty old game, and Paul did decide that because it was available as like one of the the PlayStation 2 classics catalog, that he would do a playthrough of it after I've been talking. So I didn't want to, it's been a while since I've run the game, and I wanted to be like knowledgeable when you started getting into like the good stuff. And you're like, hey, dude, I just hit this, and I'm like, yeah, I remember that. I wanted to be in, so I wanted to go and play it last week.
Huh?
And I'm in the Curse of Mines, so I'm not that far in.
No, you're not.
And I remember the last time we were talking, and you were saying how unstable the whole game is, and I'm like, really? You're like, yeah, dude, it crashes on me. Like I've lost an hour or so. And I'm like, wow, never happened to me, dude. I played for 20 minutes, got myself like all squared away. Like, sorry, I went back through the menus, figured out where I was, what I was doing, got everybody equipped. Went through, did some story stuff, took about 35 minutes. Boom, hard crash in the middle of like a map, just standing in a map.
Yep.
And that was the end. And I lost the save. Like, it's just gone.
Yeah.
I didn't even hit another save point.
Right. There's no autosave ever. So.
And that made me so upset. Like,
is that the end of
you're
your
damaging?
Star Ocean update?
I mean, what else? Yeah, I didn't even have the heart to boot it back up, and it's my favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
It is a masterpiece. Like, it turns out that it's not as masterful when you lose great large swaths of time because the game, how can it not run? It's a PlayStation 2 port. It doesn't even look like an HD, like, I guess it's an HD upscale where they drag the corner of the resolution up.
It's not. It's like running on the emulator. It like literally launches an emulator.
Yeah.
It's bad.
So I'm running a PlayStation 2 game on a PS5. It should run. I should be able to do whatever I want with that game. Like it can't be taxing the machine.
Yeah.
I know that there's like infrastructure. Yeah, obviously there's whatever they call it that's native to the hardware. But I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah. It's a bad port. It's a bad port. I will keep playing it because there's no other way I can play it. But it's a bad port. It's
just insane to me that, and there should be no load times. Yeah, there's load times.
Well, again, yeah, it's not. This version was made for like PS3, 4, so it's not. It doesn't use PS5 at all.
I know, it's just kind of weird the way that it's like limiting the hardware, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And only using small partitions of it.
It's all capped. Yeah, it's bad. I get it.
What if it were uncapped and you could like turn up the frame rate?
You'd be like fucking 120 FPS.
Yeah.
That'd be
like even
cool.
if you're not gonna fix like give it like an HD remaster, like honestly, a game like that should be kind of deserving of. In the Tri-Ace library, it's like probably their best game, I would say.
It's definitely up there, but Tri-Ace doesn't
Resonance
really
of Fate,
exist.
I'm sure.
Tri-Ace is kind of dead, so I don't know who's gonna make this HD remake for you.
I know. I'm doomed. That's what it is. And this is like the first. I'm finally getting to experience what it's like to be at that other end of it, where you're like, "What do you mean I can't play this game anymore?" And you just, I mean, I guess you can. You can just play a broken version. I was so disappointed. Like, I thought you were exaggerating a little bit. You were not exaggerating
at all,
even a tiny bit.
No, it's rough. Yeah. Well,
I may still try to bring it back in and all that. That's a That's a time sink.
Listen, I lost an hour and I jumped back in there. It was tough. I hated it, but I
I
did it.
can't. You're a strong man. I would have just sent you a message at whatever time that was and been like, "Hey, dude, completed the game. Got the true ending. Here it is." Just a screenshot of that error message. Would you like to report this to Pike Nation?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get right on that.
Yeah. Jump in.
Send your report. They'll fix it. Next
All they
time you
need is
launch it, there's a patch.
334 kilobytes of information, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's what it was.
That's what it is. Oh, shit.
Guys, look at this. Somebody finally sent us a report for this."
Yeah.
Do you send those reports?
I think I have at some point, but
I have once or twice. Usually, I'm just like, no, I don't care.
I usually turn off the console when that happens. I'm like, okay, well, that's that for today.
Yeah, smart man. Not me. I let that anger fester and build inside, so they can express itself in unhealthy ways. Usually by me throwing a controller across the room, scaring the shit out of my tiny little dogs, my lovely fiance.
I was hanging out with my buddy in US a few times there, and I played a little bit of, well, I played kind of a lot of it. Have you heard of Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory?
Melody of Memory, no. I'm thinking Chain of Memories, obviously.
Nope, that's a different game. Melody of Memory is a music game. It's kind of like a Guitar Hero Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Yep, that's the best way I can describe it. I believe it has 150 songs from all the different Kingdom Hearts games.
Melody of Memory, there it is.
I think it came out maybe 5 years ago, maybe a little bit more, but yeah, it doesn't really have any new story until the very end. Like at the very end, they give you a little bit of let's say a little bit of a teaser for Kingdom Hearts 4, which was weird. But yeah, it's I thought it's gonna be total trash, but it was kind of fun. I mean, Kingdom Hearts is really good music, so that helps a lot.
So what do? Do you jump the tracks like left and right?
No, it's all. The lanes don't matter. So you basically have three buttons. You have X, R1, L1, but it doesn't, like, the left lane, you don't have to press L1. You can just press X, right?
Okay.
But the only time you have to press multiple buttons is if there's multiple things at once, right? But there's some other stuff going on there. Sometimes they throw in a triangle. Sometimes they have to jump and attack.
Okay.
But yeah, it's all on a track, you know.
I mean, to be honest, it looked like a 2002 game, I want to say, called Amplitude.
Yeah, it's like that. It's 100% Amplitude, but Kingdom Hearts.
That's why I was asking if you jumped because that was Amplitude. Your little cart would be on one of the four tracks.
Switching lanes, yeah.
Yep, and then you had three buttons that you use that would do patterns, kind of Guitar Hero style, and then you would have to jump lanes to kind of continue the pattern.
Yeah, this is simpler than that, because the lanes don't matter that much.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean that sounds fun. I mean, that game was tough. Amplitude. I wouldn't have been that good at it if I weren't stuck in military school under like lock and key and could only play Amplitude.
That's all you got. Yeah,
that's how I got good at it.
Yeah. This, some tracks here, they have 3 difficulty modes, and on proud mode, some of them are pretty tough. But yeah, overall, it's a fun game. I didn't hate my time with it. It was alright. It was fun to listen to the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack.
And that's what it's all Kingdom Hearts soundtrack, basically.
It's 150 songs.
That's a lot of Kingdom Hearts songs.
It's a lot of Kingdom Hearts songs. It's a lot. They also have co-op. Not the full game. They have like a separate co-op mode where they have like, let's say, 40 tracks made for co-op.
Okay.
And there you can heal each other when you're playing and stuff. It has enough like cute little gimmicky things going on where I'm like, this is alright. If it's, like $10, it's fine. I wouldn't ever pay $60 for it, which is what it still was listed on PlayStation Plus, on PlayStation Store when we were checking it out. So instead, we just went to the local GameStop and picked it up for $15 used.
Wow.
On a disc.
On a disc? How are you going to do that?
Well, I guess,
That's a topic for...
I guess that's the topic of the day, isn't it?
That will be. And I guess Well, you played one game. I played one game with a friend as well. Mine was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate.
We're pulling out all the fan favorites.
I did not know because this was not my idea. Listen, I'm cool with like TMNT, but they I played like when they redid the arcade game a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I ran that with a friend, and it was okay.
Right.
A lot of those games don't feel as good when you play them today, like the quarter eater style.
Uh-huh.
Not a lot of moveset. You just have to learn like where the enemies are coming from on the screen. Yeah, whatever. This is a roguelite. Can you believe that?
That's all you play, so yeah, I can believe it.
Again, it wasn't even my idea. My boy came to me with it. He's like, yeah, it's like a top down thing. I was like, oh, it's like a twin stick. I figured it's like a twin stick shooter type. No, it's just like Hades. It's just like Hades too.
If I got $1 every time you say that, I would have at least like $10.
You would have at least $10. That's my favorite sentence to say to you.
Is it good? Is it fun? I don't know. I'm looking at screenshots.
It's serviceable.
Okay.
It is co-op. I did have issues getting things to unlock correctly, playing it like straight out of the gate co-op. So like he hosted the game and my shit didn't unlock. So then I couldn't change characters when you're in a session. So I ended the session and then I hosted so I could change my character.
Uh-huh. Okay. Weird.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit odd. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Also, I see it being listed on Steam for $30. We picked that bad boy up on PSN for $7.
Sounds better, yeah.
Yeah, that's for $7. This game is worth your time. For $30, it is not worth your time.
Right. Do you only play as the turtles?
What's that?
Do you only play as the turtles, or do they let you play as
so you have
other guys?
There's the 4 turtles.
Yep.
Then there is a mecha turtle that I was unaware of. Huh. Then there's Casey Jones.
All right.
And then some Foxfire girl that kind of looks like Ari from League of Legends.
Huh.
That was past my time in the lore.
What about the rat?
Splinter is the one who's captured, so your whole goal is that you're finding Splinter.
Got it. All right.
And most of these characters that I named outside of the 4 turtles are DLC characters. So they cost $10 for 3 characters.
Okay.
I did not purchase those characters. My friend Matt did.
Do characters matter? Like, are they different?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, their moveset is entirely changed based off the character. Okay. So, of course, he picked the mecha turtle. That turtle has a gun. So I'm playing Donatello with my shitty staff getting hit at melee range. And he's living the dream.
Just shooting from safety.
He just, pay to win. Pay to win, baby.
Nice.
Right. He really likes it when I tell him that.
Is it standard roguelike, half an hour to complete it?
Run? Yep. All the elements kind of made sense. You know what it is? I hate when they rename things that you recognize as other normal elemental affinities, like electricity. We know it's called shock, lightning, electric. Any of those. It's not called UTOM. Like UTOM. I don't know what that means. Like
I don't know what that means either.
Right? They do have poison, and poison got buffed. By the way, I read the patch notes. They buffed poison in dark or astral or whatever it was. So poison is super viable.
Nice. Are the how many stages?
We did not complete. We got 2 shredders, so it's your standard. You're gonna face 3 worlds, and then your final boss after that. And I'm sure once you beat it a couple times, you get like a second phase of that.
Is there paths you choose, or is it more like that Starfire game where you just kind of go straight?
You just go straight.
Okay.
No paths actually.
No paths.
You just get whatever you go to. Yeah, I just thought about that.
Okay.
That's an odd oversight for them. Kind of takes a little bit of the magic out.
It sure does. Because the runs just kind of feel the same every time. So, all right.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, if you wanted my 1 to 10 score on it, it's a 6.
It's a 6, eh?
It's fine. All the movement feels a little sluggish. The upgrades feel fine.
Here's a real question: is it better or worse than Starfire?
It's worse than Starfire.
Yeah, it's co-op. That's not enough.
I don't know.
I mean, if it's worse, it's worse. It's fine.
I think I finally put down Starfire.
Oh yeah. I saw you put like 40 hours into a game, which is pretty impressive.
I think I've finally beaten like every possible way of like maximizing something. I think I've done it.
Okay.
So I don't think I can go too much more. And there's no
Right.
like the end game content in that is just like infinite mode on a timer. And it's just waves of enemies that come out. So it's not like super, it's not like you're fighting like all the bosses and they have new move sets and all that. It's pretty lame. The end game content in that game in Starfire is pretty bad. And also it doesn't save. I think I told you I got like a super high like leaderboard thing and it won't save. Like the thing just crashes your PlayStation.
Yeah. You told me. Yeah.
So that's
Hey,
actually you played a run. You played a run of it. I mean, what did you
I did, right. I thought it sucked, but it was okay. Like it was passable. It was passable. It's not terrible. It's just kind of like, why play that when there's way better roguelikes?
When there's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splinter Fate.
That's the one. That's right. We did play one more game. Game Ground.
Oh.
Me and you had a run. I forgot about that. But yes. Our tradition is to do a run of Game Ground every time we see each other, which is admittedly pretty rare these days. And
we got to the final. I got to the final boss, by the way, when you had to leave, and I basically just ran both controllers. So I ran my party until they died, and then I ran your party until they died. I got to the final boss.
Nice.
Yeah, we were we were a screen away from it.
Yeah. I still never beat in that game, but
I don't think we have.
No, we always lose. Most people probably don't know what the hell Game Ground is. Game Ground is like a Sega.
It's a Sega Arcade Classics, baby.
Yeah,
that you can play. And by the way, if you get the Sega Arcade Classics thing, that emulator, that thing works perfectly.
That's done well, yes. But that they actually put some effort into that. So,
I mean, a tiny little bit of effort. They created a very cheap looking digital like bedroom when you boot the thing up, and then you pick your game out of just like a visual, like it just has the binders.
Yeah.
And then it shows a cartridge going into a console, and then it boots the emulator. This isn't like they didn't put a ton of money into this.
No, but it runs fine. The games
are emulated
great.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to put a ton of effort into the shit to make it look and work well.
Right.
Which makes me very angry when I play games like Star Ocean 3 Till the End of Time.
Admittedly,
HD remaster version.
I never played Game Ground on Sega, so like I only know this version. So to me, this is the version. But maybe some.
Well, listen, there's a PlayStation 2 version.
There is. His pretty fun soundtrack, but the game is. Worse.
Didn't we managed to play that game one time? You got it to work on an emulator. It was very difficult to do, if I recall.
Yeah,
and it wasn't as good. Not very fun.
No, yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, but good soundtrack.
Incredible soundtrack on the PlayStation 2. I still play that. What, Night of Thunder or whatever it was?
Yeah.
It sounds like a Castlevania Symphony of the Night track. Like, it's very intense.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And if you play Game Ground, the game's intense, but not Castlevania intense. A very different intense.
Yeah, it's. I don't even know what type of game is Game Ground.
Game Ground is a roguelike adventure.
Shut up.
It's just like Katie's too. If you
all right, I gotta go. This podcast is over.
It plays kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splinter Fate. It's top-down view, just like my friend Matt said when he was describing the game to me. No, the idea is that basically you are, what would you call that?
Right. Like, I don't...
Because it's active controlled. It's not like a...
No, it's not turn-based. It's not... It's...
But your characters, you don't have one character. I mean, you're getting characters and you're rescuing them. You use one at a time. They all have different movesets.
Yep. By movesets, it's like one button.
And that button is very, very important.
Yeah, it is.
That button can be, if you have a Viking, it's the best button in the game.
In the game, yeah.
If you got a grenade girl, then you need to use the other button that fires like your pistol or whatever.
Right. Well, there's our next tier list coming up. It's Game Ground
best
tier list,
characters in Game Ground. I would absolutely do a gain ground tier list with you. And we should do it with like their little icons or whatever and drag them into like, the A, B, C, D.
Yep.
There's the S tier, V tier for Viking.
Yeah. The tier list maker. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you guys like and subscribe, and feel free to message us at our email, which Paul is going to tell you. That is
scrubcastpod@gmail.com.
And any comments, suggestions, if you hear something you'd like to hear more about it, drop it there. We're always listening, and we always want to give you the content that you want, unless, of course, it involves any effort at all on our part. In which case, you'll get the content we give you.
Listen, our tier lists are the most successful content we have created so far. So we should take a month-long break more often, I guess, is the conclusion.
Yeah, so that's what we'll do. We'll be on for July, off for August. We're gonna give everybody our.
We're a seasonal show.
Yeah, we're it's like a baseball. We're like a baseball team. Podcasters. For the All-Star game, we're.
Also, if it rains, the podcast is canceled. So
rain delay for the podcast. There's too much rain on my window, Scrub. I can't record today. Actually, funny you mention it. It is pouring here right now. Out of nowhere. Thank God it wasn't like that at 8 a.m. this morning when I was trying to drag my dog and coax my dog into a car with a stick of cheese. Nothing like splitting a stick of cheddar cheese with the dog at 8 a.m. for breakfast. All right, so I mean is that the games? Have we talked about what we've done in the last month? Yeah. Have we covered it?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Sadly, that's mostly what I have. I did pick up another roguelike that was on sale called Astral Ascent.
What is wrong with you?
I can't help it, buddy. I can't.
That's all you play.
That's all I play right now.
You have an issue. And they're all bad. Why are you playing the bad ones?
I think Astral Ascent's pretty up there.
Is it?
I think it... I don't know if it goes Hades 2, but we could look it up real quick. I don't think I didn't do any real research on it.
Hey, it had like a new update recently. But it's
they got like game. DLC characters. They got all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
First thing I see, why is Astral Ascent so damn good?
Metacritic 86. I mean, okay. All right.
On Steam, it's a 10 out of 10.
It is. Yeah, people seem to like it. All right. Okay, I take back my shit talking a little bit. Came out in 2021. All right. Did you play enough of it to?
Yeah. It's pretty good. Yep. I would put it up there.
Is it co-op?
It's a 7.5. It is co-op.
Co-op? Yeah.
It does have co-op, but it's a roguelike. So, and most of the characters you have to like the problem with playing games like that co-op is that you either do it at the same time and you guys like you run it a bunch of times together, or like it doesn't really line up because you have to do runs to unlock the weapons. Each character has 4 weapons that you can equip on them, and you only start with the first one. So you have to do a run to unlock any weapons at all. And then you have to do like some of the, what do they call that shit? Not nightmare. You know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to think of what Hades 2 calls it. The dark mirror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where you put the toggle to shit against you.
Yep.
You have to do some of those types of things to get other weapons unlocked. And then there's like 2 DLC characters. There's a whole DLC map thing that I haven't even unlocked. There's like a second map set. So I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of content in it for what it is, and I did not pay much for it.
All right. Nice.
So I mean, but it's that pixel, that retro pixel style. So it's not necessarily beautiful by any means, but it runs very clean.
It's a good pixel looking art. It's fun.
The biggest complaint that I saw about it that I would probably echo as well is that they did not give a shit about the storyline. So when you beat the game and it gives you like an option for like character ending, it's just a voiceover of some woman saying some really goofy generic shit, and then just a one like drawn photo of the character, and that's like your ending.
That sounds like Dynasty Warriors.
It's it's a very just like, dude, and they just updated the game. They put in like DLC stuff, so they're adding content. They were like, yeah, man, we're not giving you like endings. This isn't a real story.
Yeah.
But I noticed that they had some crossover stuff, Children of Morta. So like some of the characters in it are from that.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
I played that one. That was fun. I like that game.
And I think I played a little bit of it too. Yeah, it was.
I played in co-op. It was fun. Yeah.
I did not get to play that one in co-op.
No,
I
I
didn't get to
probably
play
wouldn't
this one
play
in
it, but
co-op either.
I
I
probably
can't
wouldn't.
imagine playing one of these games in co-op, to be honest. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game was an okay experience co-op. But other than that, like a roguelite, they're just not built for it.
I mean, Absolem worked.
Kinda.
It was fun co-op. Come on.
It was fun co-op, but that was mostly because like half the shit was already unlocked. Most of the things that we were unlocking, I don't even think really mattered. Like all the spells we unlocked, they didn't matter except for I don't know, maybe. I think I might be underselling it a little bit. Yeah, but we kind of jumped on it together and we did like a start to finish. So maybe, but like what I mean, if you had played it without me, you would have all sorts of unlocks.
Oh, yeah, it would be awful.
Yeah, your game state might be in a different area. And we were kind of having that where like certain things would be unlocked like randomly. What, like I don't even know how like the dark portal crystal thing that just started unlocking randomly when we were getting pretty far in.
I think that unlocks once you beat the boss once.
Yeah, it was actually I would say Absolem held up pretty well just going into like a straight co-op. I don't think we had any problem splitting resources. Like we pretty much it stayed the same. And it was important that it did that because the upgrades were like tied to that.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't think it would be the same in like Astral Ascent or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, anything like that. Obviously not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Hades co-op.
Does Hades have any co-op?
No.
I was about to say no.
No.
That'd be cool. Did they ever put co-op in the original Hades?
Nope.
That's pretty wild to me. I guess it's probably too much shit on the screen.
Yeah, I feel like maybe online co-op would work, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I guess but Hades cares about the story, and so I don't know.
Well, wouldn't you just have it be?
What would you do? Just have two Zagreus running around in the first one?
Oh yeah, not in the first. In the second one, you could have Zagreus and Melanoe.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. You could add like a separate co-op mode thing if you didn't want it in the main game. Sure.
Have you done any more on Hades 2?
No, I haven't played anything as we talked about.
Are you because I know you like left off on Dark Mirror stuff.
I don't know if I'm
done. We left off exactly where we last left off. I'd beaten all of the main game stuff, did a little bit of Dark Mirror stuff. I mean, I got pretty far in.
Yeah.
I think you were.
It's gotta be a game I've got to chip away at once in a while, but I played enough where I'm like, okay. I didn't love it as much as I liked the first one. Like the first one was one of my favorite games.
Well, there's something about
console.
Discovery and getting something for the first time.
Yeah, it was super fresh. Like it was really unique. And the second one is really good. It's just not as it's not as fresh.
It's a more polished version, but
it is.
Sometimes having a slightly better version of what I mean? It's almost like, but you already know what the meat and potatoes of it is.
Right.
So just because they refine a couple things, that doesn't make it necessarily. It makes it enjoyable, but that initial magic is kind of spent, and you can't get that back.
If I was recommending someone to play one or the other, I don't know. Like second one is technically a better game. I think it has more going on for sure. But I think I like the first one better. Anyways,
yeah, that is a tough. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm like, which one did I like more? I think I actually ended up getting more time in the second one.
You definitely did, yeah. You went pretty hard. You got deep in there.
I didn't want to leave any stones unturned. We had to talk about it at length.
That's right.
I wanted to make sure I was an expert.
Want to talk about some news? We have a lot of news to catch up on since we've been gone for a month.
I guess so. Scrub, what's sad? Yeah, none of it good. That's worth noting.
We have zero good news.
So if you came here to hear like the latest and greatest, wonderful products or great announcements that your favorite game makers are doing, you came to the wrong place.
This is a bad week for that. What do we start with? Obviously, the biggest thing is the stupid fucking physical disc that Sony decided to kill. So starting January 2028, all new games that come out on PlayStation systems will no longer have a disc version.
How does that make you feel? I mean, I feel like we always touch on this, but now that it's there and it's written in stone,
dude, it's bad.
Mr. Sony himself came out.
It's bad. I hate it. It's not even like I buy discs that much. I don't. But my Kingdom Hearts was a perfect fucking example why I still want to have the option. Because very often games on PlayStation Store don't go on sale for almost ever. Or if you're just unlucky and didn't hit the sale, you're just stuck paying full price on a 7-year-old game, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little predatory. Again, that's also why I get very, very upset about the classics catalog costing $19.99 for a game that is now literally 20 years old, and then the game doesn't even fucking run.
Yeah. So I think this is just a terrible, terrible news. I don't think it has like huge impact as far as, you know,
If
the
this
game
were
industry as a
alone, like
whole.
if there was nothing else going on in the ecosystem and like these game, companies weren't being kind of predatory and, being like really like kind of villainous and all that, this would just be like, oh yeah, that's the way things work, that, paper goes away. Now everything's stored digitally. Got it. But if you look at everything kind of in context, it's very indicative of bad things. You will never own anything.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
be a license to, I mean, eventually my prediction is that by 2030, even, we could potentially be just having like a license. Like you'll pay, it'll be like the checkout. It'll be the same. Your experience will be the same, except for what it says in that agreement when you're the thing that you mash through real quick so you can get to the payment screen. And that agreement is going to say, rather than like, you have purchased all the rights and whatever to this game, it's going to be like, you have purchased a temporary license to play this game for 3 years or something.
It's already a license that you're buying right now. You don't own the game that you're buying.
Correct. But I'm saying it'll be more of a, you soft own the license. I know that sounds crazy. You don't own the product, but you own the license. They're not even going to give you that. They're going to give you like a rental license. It's going to be like a rent a game.
Yeah, you can rent the game for like a couple months and maybe it'll be cheaper. I don't know, man. It's bad. I hate it. I'm sure Xbox is gonna do the same thing. I don't think Sony would do this move.
No, Xbox has a different plan.
If Xbox was like, hey, we are gonna keep the discs, I don't think Sony would kill it just by themselves. It wouldn't make sense. So I'm sure next Xbox is also not gonna have a fucking new games come out on discs, which is, used game market is nice. It's nice to be able to even now, like now that we have this podcast, like I was actually thinking about it. Like Pragmata was a good example. Pragmata on PlayStation right now is still $70 because I keep saying 60, but the games are not 60 for like a couple years now.
They turn into 70, and I'm in the same boat. I always say 60.
But so it's $70, but you can buy a used copy
for the
of Pragmata
base edition.
For a base edition, used copy of Pragmata is like $30, $25, $30.
And for a game like that, where there's not a ton of replay value, I think you said that there was like a incentive to play at least one more time.
You don't have to.
Right. So for something like that, and you said the game was relatively short as well.
Yep.
So if you're going to get 18 hours out of the game, buy that bad boy used, especially if it's not Star Ocean 3 till the end of time, or some, your favorite game of all. You know what I mean? If it's like just a cool new game, yeah, I would say at the used market.
Or you could buy it new and sell it once you're done with it, so you get like half your money back, and then that it doesn't hurt as much. But
it would be like in an ideal world. How great would this be? And hear me out. Let's pretend for a second that these companies wouldn't absolutely shit all over this idea immediately, and they'd be like, you know what? We're here for the gamers. We're gamers ourselves. What if when you had your license, rather than it being a disc, you just own your own little serial key? Like they used to do this shit with like Pro Tools. People were stealing Pro Tools, so they made iLocks. A little USB key that has like whatever authentications on it. And what if you had something like that was a license that could then be sold to a retailer? I could call GameStop and be like, hey, I'm done with my Pragmata copy. Do you want my license key or whatever? Or you could do it all like from the comfort of your home, and you just transfer the license to them. And now they have that game and they can transfer that to somebody else. No longer, you don't have to go into stores. You don't have to do anything. And it gives you the option of getting, they can't do it. And I know that, but wouldn't that be lovely
that would be lovely. Yes, that would be lovely.
And it would help out all these retailer, like the used game market, which I'm sure Sony and Microsoft hate.
Yeah, absolutely. They hate it when they sell the games at like retail stores, like a Target. That store takes like 20-30% cut. So I'm sure they did the math, and they're like, first of all, probably most people buy digital anyway already. I think like they said like 80% buy stuff digitally. I've seen people kind of dispute that claim that maybe it's a bit lower. Let's say it's 70 to 60, but still, it's most people buy stuff digitally these days. Like
You know, it
I
would
do
change
it.
that in a heartbeat if you drop the price of physical copies by $15. Everybody would have a physical copy, and the
Well,
digital was a convenience fee or whatever.
I think but like digital should be cheaper. Like there's
It should
zero
be.
costs. Like
I know. So, like, when you're paying more for a product that you're getting less product of,
right.
it does seem a bit, and I always use this term, predatory. That's the term I use. That's how I feel about all these companies. I just feel like everybody got stuck in like the tech bro. It's AI time, and we're all making money right now. Like, that's how I feel all these companies are. Every single one of them. If you've heard of them, they are evil. Let me put it that way. It's only like the mom and pops and like these smaller companies, boutique shops, they're the only ones that still believe in like fair play or any of that stuff. All these guys, it's just a race to the top or the bottom, however you look at it.
Mostly the bottom. Yeah. And they will still have like physical presence in stores because they'll be releasing boxes with a download code in them. Which is like, okay, maybe those will be going on sale at stores sometimes, I guess. But yeah, we're basically closing down the ecosystem to be all ran for Sony, and it's gonna be more expensive for everyone. That's all. Like this is bad for consumers. Period. There's no. It doesn't help anyone. It's just bad. It helps Sony probably
Correct.
make more money, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that eliminating the disc sales should be the way that should be announced is, hey, fellow gamers, or what, John Sony here, and I want to announce some exciting news. While the rest of the competition is, increasing prices and with the RAM going up and all that, Sony has opted to remove all of our digital or all of our physical property, disc stuff so that we can continue to keep our prices at the $60 you know and love, or what, I mean, you could like turn this into something. They're just not going to.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it wouldn't be $10 in savings. It's probably only like, I don't know how much it costs them to print a disc and make a box. What do you think? $5
That's probably
at scale?
cheap. Yeah, that's probably cheap. I think the thing that they care more about is just the cut that the retail stores take from the sale. That's why they don't want discs. And they don't want people to trade old games.
They don't want people to buy their games new. They want to buy them, or don't want to buy them used. They want them to buy them brand new, play them for 2 weeks or however long it takes for the next release to come out, and then I guess throw that game in the trash and then grab a new game and play that for a couple weeks until they have a new product for you. And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can smile and just eat the shit that they're shoveling down. I do. I get a little, I become cynical quite a bit.
It's hard not to. Like, it's like the arrogant Sony from PS3 days all over again. They're just like so far ahead that they're like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, what are they gonna do? Not buy the next PlayStation?
We own your ass, bro.
Like, literally, that's like literally what happened with PS3, and now it's gonna happen with PS6. And it's gotta be at least $1,000 to buy it.
What would you like to see happen in response to all this? Like, what do you think would be like the poetic justice, or what's the best case scenario?
I think we're doomed to this. I don't think they're
gamers
gonna change
band together
course.
and all get Steam, and we
see. But like that's the thing. Like people are totally cool with the same scenario on PC, right? Like there is no physical PC games anymore since 2012, 13, something like that. So it's not like it's unheard of. The difference is PC is an open platform, so you don't have to buy for Steam. There's other stores like Epic Store, a couple others.
Yeah, but you should probably get it from Steam.
I mean, listen,
it'll run better.
If you're playing on PC, you're probably playing on Steam, but that's just because Steam is good. And also, Steam is way more aggressive with sales than PlayStation. Like Steam discounts, Steam summer sales, all of that is significantly better than PlayStation sales. So no, we're doomed. That's what's gonna happen. And yeah. I don't think they're stopping it. I don't see a scenario where they're like, you know what, guys, we're sorry, absolutely. discs are back. Like, no,
They'll
that's
never bring discs back, but do you think we can cause enough pain that they change something else? I mean, I
but
know
like,
we have
what
the
would they
stop killing
do?
video games thing out. That's still running strong. And that's
I
like
just
being
don't
fought in courts
see.
right now.
I don't see a solution that to this situation. Like, I just don't. I think they'll just push through it. They'll ignore the negative PR for a couple weeks, and people just kind of move on.
Unfortunately, I think you're kind of right.
Like, they had to calculate. They knew it's gonna piss everyone off. Like, there's no way they're like, people don't care about physical games, and I think it's partially true. Like, most people don't give a shit about physical games.
Like I said, the action itself doesn't bother me. The physical disc production ending, like that's fine. It's what it's indicative of.
Right.
In context of everything else that they're doing, increasing prices on everything, re-entering console wars and trying to get exclusive IP stuff. So now what? I have to pay $70 to play, well, not Gears of War, I guess. We'll play a different game. It's like I don't know. I miss the old console war competitions. Again, it was way more fun that way when they didn't own you yet,
Right.
Consoles weren't in every single home, and they weren't, video games were still like not as cool per se, quote unquote. Video
Right.
games were always fun. They were just like they were dorky, geeky things like back in the
It
day.
wasn't
Now
mainstream.
now it's mainstream, kind of like anime. It was all, what I mean. I see like advertisements for anime. I'm like, whoa, on like mainstream television.
Right.
That never happened back in the day. You were lucky if you could watch an anime on some sort of broken linked, Naruto Shippuden whatever mirror site. You know what I mean? Annielinks.net
Right.
.edu or whatever.
Yeah.
Nowadays everything it's just a little different, and they own it. They own us all.
They do. And following up with that news, Sony decided they had a little. That was the main news that they started with. But then on the same article, in a very tiny font, they're like, "Hey, for important updates regarding your PS3 and PS Vita, go here." So on the very same day they decided to kill physical discs, they also decided to kill PS3 and Vita PlayStation stores. So you will no longer be able to buy anything on those systems. So if there's games that are digital only and they're exclusive to that console, they're gone forever.
Well, they already lost like the Sony. Did you know you could watch movies on your PlayStation?
I saw. Yeah, they also like removed hundreds of movies
They
from
lost
people
all the
who bought
licensing,
them.
so they were just like, "Yeah, man, that's gone now."
You're gone.
They didn't
Yeah.
even bother with like. They were just like, "Yep, we lost license."
Yep.
Like that was it. They didn't. They weren't like, "Oh, we're looking into it. Oh, we have other great offers." So like, we lost licenses. This is gone. Like they didn't mess around with that at all.
Yeah. Admittedly, I don't give a shit about movies on PlayStation.
I didn't even know that I could watch movies.
Right. Like, I don't know who's buying them, but yeah, it's
you're
so
not
shitty.
buying them. By the way, I did peek at that store, and admittedly, it's a pretty. Most of it is video game movies, which sucks, and then a bunch of like bro movies, like movies that a gamer would watch. I guess just action.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Jason Statham movies and stuff like that. Sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah. I never watched movies on my console anyway. I wouldn't even want to have to navigate whatever the playback would be.
Yeah. No, it's shitty. It's just I don't think it impacts that many people. I think the PS3 thing is just a terrible timing to announce that, hey, all digital fucking future. Here's your old console. We're killing the store, so all of your digital shit is gone.
I know what you were thinking. You'll just play the physical stuff.
And like the caveat there is, yes, you can download games still. You just can't buy any new games. But that doesn't mean that will stay online forever. I'm sure they will kill that a couple years after, So that sucks. That sucks as well. Not to be outdone, good old Xbox also has a disc debate going on. I don't know if you are familiar with their like disc to digital conversion plans.
Disc to digital conversion.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So what? At some
is it like turning in your guns? You turn in your They're not asking any questions.
So
You just turn in your disc and they give you a key for a digital, give
I'm
you a little
pretty
coupon.
sure what happened is, remember back when PS4 was coming out and Xbox One, they were Xbox was planning a digital kind of DRM lock on all games back then, like in 2014. Um, Obviously, people shit all over that and they backed out of it, but they didn't back out of it in time of release. Like it took them too long to fully back out of it. So by the time they start printing those discs have like a serial number basically on them for all Xbox One games and all Xbox Series X games. They all have some sort of a serial number. And so on the next Xbox, I believe, I don't think they'll have a built-in disc. I think you'll have to buy like a fucking disc drive, kind of like you can on PlayStation 5 Pro currently. And the idea is you'll be putting in your, let's say you have an Xbox disc of, I don't know, Tales of fucking, well, that's too old. Some Xbox One game or Xbox Series X game. You put that bad boy in, it transfers the license from the disc to your account, and you no longer need that disc, but it's a one-time thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which, okay, I mean, that at least, they won't have support for new games on discs, but you can at least carry forward your old discs forward.
And that'll
right?
tie to your account?
And it will tie to your account, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not tied directly to the console, I guess it's okay.
And, it does not work on the Xbox 360 or original Xbox games because those discs don't have anything unique about them to tie into. So they kind of got lucky because of their fuck-ups with Xbox One in 2014 that they can do this now. Like, there's no way you can do it in PlayStation because those discs are all the same. There's nothing unique about them.
Right. They're all just pressed. They have, like, standard whatever, encryption that I'm sure can be, like, broken. I mean, people break games all the time and dump the files. So, yeah. Well, I mean, good for them, I guess. And luckily, they're going to use all that extra saved money to keep their prices down, right?
But, the thing is with that digital, like, let's say you have a disc and you put it in and you load your license, you connect it to your account, fine. And then you get rid of the disc. What happens? Is that disc like a dead disc? It doesn't load anymore? Those are the questions that we don't have answers to yet.
I would think so, right? Because it's going to be tied to that serial. So it's going to be like an iLock. It's going to be like any other. I keep using the term iLock, but that was like the initial dongle system that they were using back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's the same type of thing. There's like a unique code that's like tied to it. And then it just follows that. It would be on a USB drive, but in this case, it'll just be tied to your Microsoft account.
Right. But what they're saying is the rumor mills is you will basically, the key is still tied to the disk, right? So if you give me the disk after you did the thing on your side and you ship it to Poland and I put it in my Xbox, let's pretend we both have Xboxes.
Yep.
Basically,
you can actively still play it.
The moment I put in the disk,
it's going to deactivate it from my account.
Your license is revoked. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so that needs to like come with instructions. Like the opposite, like do not crush, burn, or submerge this disk, and actually need to say the exact opposite. So luckily they can just fix like their pictures that they already have and just white out the word not. So like do submerge, crush, or burn this disk
right
upon receipt.
So, I don't know. I think that's a little bit better than just Sony fucking telling people to fuck off. It's still not like fantastic. It doesn't matter because all new game it only applies to old games. So like, who cares at some point? Like, if new games are not coming on disc, all of this is kind of meaningless. So
yeah, that's a great point all around. Well, I mean, are we shifting to Xbox? How much do I have to pay for a new console?
I don't know. You tell me. I saw price hikes all over the place.
They went knucking futz over here. On their lowest, their Series S, the 512, which is half a terabyte. Like you can fit like 6 games on that. It's the cheapest piece of shit thing they offer. Increased $100 to $499. The one
And
terabyte, if you want that real storage, if you want to double that up,
uh-huh.
150 up to
Yikes.
599
For 500 more gigs.
for 500 more gigs.
And that's it. It's still Xbox S.
Correct. And it's overall $100 increase from the 512. So the 512 is 499 and the 1 terabyte is 599.
How much was the 1 terabyte before?
449.
Okay. So it was $50 more, and now it's
And they just
$100 more.
upped it. They added $150.
Right,
$150.
but not only that, like the price difference between the two also increased.
At $450 to $600, that was a 33.3% increase. They just took a third of their number and just put it right on top.
Welcome to AI bubble world. Thanks. That's what's gonna happen.
$150 on the Series X 1 terabyte digital. So that's $749. And then if you want the disk drive, that'll be $799. 800 bills if you want the flagship.
Yeah, man. And that's a 7-year-old console.
$800.
$800. It's like it's like so much more expensive than it was when it came out. Like, it's so ridiculous.
It makes me feel a little sick. It makes me very, very glad I don't.
Hey, aren't you
I'll
glad
tell you what,
got...
I really don't like whatever direction Microsoft is in. You know what I mean? Like, not even on the gaming side. I fear for them on the other side. Like, they're tied up in AI stuff that's not going well. Obviously, their Windows stuff sucks. Everybody hates it.
Oh, there's no other choice.
The debloating tools are more popular than their operating systems.
Yeah.
I worry about them. Like Sony,
but it's not just Xbox. Like, Sony did the same price hikes. Nintendo did the same price hikes. Like, they're all doing it. All the fucking manufacturers have to, because of the insane prices of RAM. Like, there's a shortage.
I think my fear with Microsoft in particular is that they're so involved with AI and they have other branches that all kind of, I think, pull from the same financials. Whereas Sony, they're like an electronics company. They're making TVs, headphones, and video games. Microsoft, they got a lot more kind of in the works. I guess they have more money too, so I don't know. Maybe it's on my radar. Yeah. It's on my radar. I could see Microsoft potentially just kind of crashing a little bit. Maybe like their operating system stuff doesn't do well. The AI bubble thing finally burst, and they're like, wow, we just got a $2 trillion bill. So we're all done with all this. Yeah, we're done with the good graces stuff. You thought it was bad before. You know, your Series X is going to cost you $1,000. And also, we're no discs. And we're just, as soon as we're done with shit, it's just going away. We're not sunsetting things. We're not giving you legacy. Nope. As soon as we're done with it, you're done with it. And also, we laid off half our staff.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I saw an interview with the new CEO chick, and
what's her name? Asha something?
Yeah, Asha, whatever. And she was like, yeah, so I just don't imagine that people will be able to afford these luxury consoles, that, you know, the next generation consoles. So we'll have to reevaluate our business model, which to me screams we'll probably have subscription-based fucking get a console cheap, but you're paying for it every month.
That's also where I think the future is.
Like, I think that's what's going to happen. Because, again, you
pay for use of your console. Like, they'll have, like, the library. I don't know how this will work, but you hear what I'm saying, right? It'll be like Netflix style. Kind of like what they have now with, like, some of, like, the PS Plus stuff, where you have, like, a whole catalog of things you can access. They'll make that way bigger, but you'll pay for the time that you're spending using the machine.
I think it will be more like phones, where the price is ridiculously large, but it doesn't matter because you just pay monthly and you don't feel it as much. But you still paying like $1,500 for a fucking new console.
So you think it would be a console? Like, you think the console would be super expensive, and then they would just try to give you like a standard, like a $30 a month to play whatever games?
Yeah.
I don't know how video game, like, how would you, as a developer, how would you sell your game?
I mean, listen, I'm just repeating what she's saying. I don't have answers.
I do like how poorly their shit was being run. Did you like listen to that interview at all? Like, she was talking about in that, like, she was like, yeah, it turns out when we were looking through like our work study stuff, we would have like lockups where things would have to go through like 14 levels of management before any changes could, you know, anything could be pushed forward. So we decided to cut that down a little. I'm like
I feel like
14 levels.
I feel like that's every corporation ever. I have the
I
same
know.
at
Well,
my work.
that's the problem when you get this big. When you're
Yeah.
talking about these big dogs, everything's going through like 18 hands, and it's coming straight from the top, and they're all just like these evil, like I don't like I just comic book villains. You know what I mean? They're just sitting at a desk, like wringing their hands, thinking about money and stuff, and then passing that shit down to the other people to tell the rest of us. Like that girl, she's not. I mean, I know she's like the face and the voice of them, but she doesn't own anything. You know what I mean? She's the girl that
Yeah.
gets to stand up there and get shit thrown at her while she's doing her press conferences.
I mean, she came from the fucking AI division. Like, this chick is not here to make gaming better. It's gotta be sloppified like everything else. It sucks. It's bad. I don't. But again, some of it is not like everything's like the fault of Xbox. It's not Xbox's fault that the world went to shit and consumer electronics are basically out of reach for majority of people starting now. Like, there's zero reason why we're looking at old consoles. Again, 6 years old consoles, and they cost more today than 6 years ago. Significantly more. That has never happened. They would always get cheaper with time. This is insane.
Yeah, even with cost of living, increase and all, and that's kind of the problem. Is everything went up, all services have gone up.
But they would always have like, hey, here's the PS2 Slim, PS3 Slim, PS4 Slim. We're making a cheaper version with over the years. Like, it makes sense. And here we're just making the same version for more money. Like, it sucks. But it's not just Xbox. PlayStation did the same shit. Their prices went up by $100 on the PS5 Digital Edition, PS5 Disc Drive, also $100. So from
What about Nintendo? Are
$549.
they doing anything? What's Nintendo up to these days?
Nintendo also just had a price hike. That's gonna go into effect September 1st. They went from $449 to $499, $50.
Okay. I mean, it's no $150.
It's not. You're paying $500 for a console, which that's how much I paid for PlayStation 5 6 years ago.
Right. If you want to play those, yeah. I mean, well, and look, they're playing their cards right. If Sony keeps this up, eventually I'll have to buy their version of a PlayStation 2 to just play my favorite game without it crashing all the fucking time. And that'll cost, it was $299 back in the day. So it'll be like $399. So I can just spend $400, get a PlayStation 2. Hopefully it'll be one of the slim ones that has like the tray that opens up and not the one that resets it when you push
the real
button.
play, Chris, is to buy backwards compatible PS3. They're still cheap. You can get one of those pretty cheap, probably like $100 at most. You can play all the PS1 games, all the PS2 games, and PS3 games.
I actually think I own one.
Yeah, it's fucking nice. I'm happy I grabbed one. I'm sure those will spike in price soon too.
Yeah, I gotta find it. I never thought I'd have to bring it out again.
I know it's bad. And the subscriptions of all this shit, like the PlayStation Plus, the Xbox sort of
that
Game
can't
Pass,
stay the same.
They're all going up next year for sure. Like they're gonna rise the prices 100%. Like, if you had to guess today, if you had to put a price tag on the next PlayStation on day one, how much does it cost? Just for context, PS5 Pro today is $899.
I was gonna say it had to be around $900.
So don't say that, because it cannot be the same price as PS5 Pro. You know that.
Well, yeah, no shit. Now I know what Asha was thinking. She was like, "Wait, their 6-year-old console is $900? Yeah, that's gonna be our. We'll go 100 below that. Bump all these prices. What are you talking about? $649. We got to make some money around here. Got to pay some bills. Keep the lights on.
My guess is $1,200 at least.
You think it's gonna be 12? No, it cannot be $1,200.
It has to be.
It cannot be $1,200.
It will be at least $1,200.
No.
That's it. It's
going to be
$1,000.
No, and we're gonna get some. It's gonna be $999.99 just so they don't have to make it 4 digits. So you're not crossing into the 1,000 mark. They cannot cross into the 4 digits. Nobody.
They cannot take that big of a loss on each console. Nope.
They're just gonna make a shitty console. That's what you're missing. They're just gonna they're gonna rip shit out of that console.
They can't. They already ripped everything out. There's no more discs. What else can you rip out that's cheap? Like there's nothing. Like,
Telling you, they need to just okay. Here's where we can fix all this. Right, the AI stuff is not going all that great.
oh,
Just in general, I don't know if you pay attention to any of that side of it, but like they're investing more and more money, all the companies, and it's kind of it's hitting the ceiling real quick, and they can't get it to jump to that next level. So, and it's costing like too much to do. And there's all these data centers everywhere. They're just like pushing out like all your queries and all that, like all the shit that we're doing as we're trying to, make a podcast and we're typing shit in. It gives us like the AI feedback and all that. Eventually, they're going to have to start unloading all those assets. When they realize that they're out of money and they can't, and they're like, what are we going to do with all these data centers? Sell them to Microsoft and Sony. You see where I'm going with this? And then what they can do is make the machine itself, the hardware, serviceable and relatively inexpensive, and then they can host.
Yep. We'll just be playing the cloud. That's
we'll
the goal.
play the cloud, baby, and it will be a super cloud because it's going to be the most powerful AI shit.
And it will be $100 a month subscription.
It'll be $100 a month, and that'll be the only. Well, you know what? You'll get a discount if you have an AI server farm in your basement or whatever, your backyard, wherever. You know what I mean?
Or if you leave your console on, so you can
farm it to other
bullshit.
people. Other people can play your console while you're not using it.
Torrent style. That's right.
What do you think? What do you think of my plan? What do you think of my solution? Well, no, it's not my solution. I predict that that's what will happen with all these AI. Like, who else are they going to sell them to?
I don't know, man.
Once you basically say like, all right, guys, we're all done giving you the free Ask Gemini shit, and no more of that. You're going to have to pay every time you put in a query because it costs $1 every time you do that, or whatever it is for them.
Yeah.
The numbers are all over, whatever. They just make up the numbers. Sometimes they say it's fractions of a cent. Other people are like, it's almost $1 every time. Like, really?
Yeah. They're losing like millions of dollars because people say like, no, like when people say like, oh, thanks. Some people like respond to the chatbot like saying, oh, thanks. And the chatbot has to respond. So the response like, oh, you're welcome. That shit costs them millions of dollars every month. Like, it's just... We're doomed. We're doomed.
Yeah, I mean, they should not have made all this stuff as consumer accessible. I mean, I know I sound like I'm one of them, but that was stupid. Like, we should not have had like for free. One day, I just got like a super powerful AI search engine. That probably shouldn't have happened, or it should have been very, very like limited. We've had this for a year more. When did these things start popping up? 2 years?
Like mainstream, let's say two years. Yeah. Maybe
I mean, when did like it take over your like at one point I booted up Google, Chrome, and it just automatically give me AI stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Microsoft, same thing.
That's like the last few months. Yeah, that sucks.
But just get rid of that stuff. Make it subscription based, like a lot of the other AI things. If you want something, you know what I mean. If you want to use it, like you have to give people a taste so that they know what it can do, and then immediately get rid of it. Or maybe that's their plan and they're just going a little bit too long with it. I don't know. Whatever their plan is, it fucking sucks.
I remember first using ChatGPT before they connected to open internet. So it had like limited amount of data that they fed into it. Maybe it should have stayed that way. I don't know. We're so far gone that. Okay, so your final prediction is $990 is the next console, yeah?
$999.99.
Okay,
is what
I'm gonna make a new little tab in our awesome Word that we have, and it's gonna be the prediction tab. And I'm gonna write down our predictions. So Chris, PS6 equals $999, and Paul says $1,200. That's my bare minimum. I think it's gotta be more, but I'm trying
absolutely not.
Yep.
I mean, at that point, your consoles are done. You're getting a computer. Computer will do more. A $1,200 computer will do significantly more.
You're not getting a computer for $1,200. That's gaming the way PS6 and Xbox. Not even close. Like, I'm telling you, $1,200 sounds insane in today's world, but by the time these consoles come out, it'll be like, wow, that's a pretty good fucking deal. Like, that's where we're gonna be. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's done. Anyway.
I don't know. I think that they're going to fight that. I think they're going to fight that till the very end. Crossing that 4-digit Once you put
It's
the price in thousands, then it's a machine now. It's not like your gaming console.
You're not wrong. I
That's a real
mean,
expense.
they're basically already PCs anyway, but
All right. Do you think they're going to offer payment plans? Like, what happens
yes.
when they list this shit for $1,500? They just blow both of us out of the water, and they're like, Asha, whatever, walks out, just puts up 2 middle fingers, and like a curtain drops in the background and says like $1,600, and then walks off the stage, and then everybody's
Yes.
like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that." So at
They'll
what point, when will they
100%.
buckle and be like, "Hey, you can pay this over the course of include it in your PlayStation subscription. We'll include it in your monthly, your monthly payment."
I don't think Sony will do it, but Xbox 1000% will have payment plans / subscription thing for your consoles. Yes, 100%. I have no.
And you don't think Sony will do it? Who's Sony going to push it to? Square Pay?
No, Sony will basically be like, yeah, here's a $1,200 console, buy it. That's it.
Nobody's going to buy that.
I think people will be pissed, but people will buy it. Yeah.
I think people like you and me, like adults that are able to be pissed and then make their own decisions, will do that. What's going to happen to the rest of the world that's like under the age of 18 that plays games, and their parents have to be the ones that are like, what the fuck do you mean? How much?
They don't need it. They play Fortnite on their phones. Like, they're not.
Are console gamers, like, are they all
They're old? Yeah.
Old?
Yeah.
Nobody plays consoles like in the younger generations? What?
Apparently it's like a dying breed. Yeah, it's basically us.
So then what are we even talking about? Why are we if we're on that ship that's on the way out, we're just old guys yelling from the boat, complaining about how things
right
were.
now we have, the millennials still have money, right? We're still in the good years of earning money right now. So they'll milk us until we're old, and then they'll stop, and that's it. Yeah, young kids, they either play like 1 or 2 games, probably a free-to-play game like a Fortnite or something like that, or they're nerds and then they play stuff. But majority, yeah, it's not. That's not even young kids. Like, most people these days have like a go-to game, and they don't necessarily check out a bunch of games. Like, what we're doing is not like standard.
Really? Like to play your games and check once a month and see what the new games are that are coming out. And if you see something you really like, you pick up maybe one game.
Most people don't check yourself.
No, people don't do that anymore. It's just kind of you find your Starfire, and I forget what the rest of that game is called. Eternal Return something. Eternal Return. That's probably it. Yeah, you find your Starfire and that's it, and you just play that game forever. I mean, that's what I did, but I thought that.
Here's the breakdown. On average, right?
Okay.
63% of video game players purchase a maximum of 2 new titles per year. Okay? 2 games a year, max.
2 like full price new games, right? We're saying I'm buying a $70 game.
We're saying non-pre-owned game, yes. But it could be just like a downloadable game, I guess. Doesn't have to be full price, but
really,
yeah.
So sometimes people just burn one of their games on a $15 Starfire Eternal, and then they're like, "Oh well, I guess I'm just gonna play this forever."
So, 33% of tracked gamers do not purchase a single new video game over a 12-month period. 33% by 0. Okay. 1 game per year is 12%. 2 games per year is about. 1 game per year. 12% of players purchase exactly 1 game. Yeah.
Right, and then the 2 games is going to be the very high number, right? 60 something, or 50 something rather.
No, 63% is the total between 0 to 2.
Okay.
So 2 games is 18%.
And then what about more than that? Give me the whales. What are
4 games? Doing? 4 games is 22%, which I guess I don't know if I buy more. I'd
probably be close to that mark.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm pretty conservative. I mean,
same.
Again, if you buy 1 game a quarter, $70 a quarter, like $280 a year.
Right. And I usually don't buy full price games, like, to be honest. So, now sometimes I might, because I'm doing a fucking video game podcast. Like, I might have to.
Yeah,
right?
You might have to do research. I might
have to play new games. Like, that's kind of the thing.
I mean, that leads us to our next step. If you'd like to hear about these games, you're gonna have to support us at our Patreon. which is Paul's going to tell you a
Which
little bit
does not
about.
exist, but we'll start a subscription model soon.
Okay.
To fund their fucking hobbies because
You
it's
should email
expensive.
us at scrubcastpod@gmail.com and let us know that you would like to submit to the Patreon.
Yeah,
And
because
Paul will drop a link.
everyone wants more subscriptions in their lives. Yeah,
Everybody. Oh yeah, and it's subscription only. It's not a one time. I've been listening to all these CEOs for all these gaming companies talk, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, fuck those guys.
and part of the reason people buy less games is we do have like the PlayStation Pluses of the world, the Game Pass, all that. Like a lot of people use that, and they
So do
just
you
play
think that
whatever's
maybe
free.
that's the offset? Because I probably get a decent. Well, I mean, I know I get a decent amount of value out of
I get lots of value out of my thing. I definitely check out way more games than I
always
ever
try to
would.
play the free games if they're even palatable before I spend any money.
And listen, like PS Plus has some really good games that you can just wait a couple years, like, and just play it for free. The Spider-Mans, the God of Wars, like they're all on there for free. Like it's not a terrible value proposition. But boy, like that's what I'm saying. Like the gaming industry as a whole is just in deep, deep trouble. It's rough out there. Speaking of rough out there, we have a lot of layoffs going on as always. There's always layoffs these days.
Microsoft, I think, takes the cake this week.
Holy shit.
Half of their management staff or whatever. It was like, I think it ended up being, 3,200 total?
3,200 people lost their job. That's insane.
They said most of it, well, the girl was saying most of it was middle management trying to get the... And, here's the problem. Like, when you hear things like that, it almost sounds like a breath of fresh air. But I'm like, you guys had to have known that the show, like, I don't know if I believe you. I don't know what you're trying to subvert me with, but I don't believe that they were like, yeah, we noticed that it just wasn't running very efficiently. So we're just going to, get these people out and we want to help you guys out and save money for everybody. I don't think that that's how it works.
Yeah. Nope. What's going to be the benefit for gamers from these layoffs? None.
In theory, potentially some things could get pushed through. People that are stuck in, games that are stuck in development hell perhaps could get launched sooner.
With less people to make them? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know where it's robbing Peter to pay Paul, but I don't even know who's getting paid here. Is anybody getting paid?
I'm sure Asha is getting paid. So basically, Xbox is cutting 3,200 roles. Microsoft is cutting 4,800. So, vast majority of it is from the Xbox division. So they're laying off 20% of the entire staff. They immediately terminated 1,600 people's jobs on Monday, July 6th. And then the next 1,600 will be happening over the next year. They're going to be doing it throughout 2027 fiscal year. They also are getting rid of a bunch of game studios that they spent the last 3, 4, 5 years purchasing, all of them. The most famous one was the fucking them buying Activision Blizzard for like $2 billion. But,
the greatest misstep.
So now we're downscaling our previous investments, and 5 game studios are gonna be impacted in this. Let me list some of them. You might know some of them. So we got Ninja Fury.
It's all the Ninja Gaiden.
No, it's not. That's what I thought, but it's not.
Is that true?
Yeah, they make...
Ninja Gaiden, it's like Team Ninja or something.
Yes. Ninja Fury...
Okay, my apologies.
Ninja Fury is... they make Hellblade games. I think it's like an Xbox exclusive thing. They make 2 of them so far. There's a third one coming out.
They did one of the DMCs, I think the remake, right? Or the soft reboot? Soft reboot.
Yep. So, they will be... moved to a new ownership group. So basically, they're being sold. Undead Labs, they made State of Decay. There's a couple of those games. State of Decay 2 was pretty popular for a couple of years there. Not my cup of tea, but whatever. Both of those are gone. Double Fine is going independent again. So Double Fine makes like the Telltale games, like all of those. Psychonauts. They're more like adventure games, or like the click and point and click adventure games.
Okay.
I like some Double Fine games, but I think it was weird that Microsoft purchased them in the first place, so because they were independent for so long. And listen, I guess it's nice that they're not shut down. At least they got their independence back, and we'll see if they can stay afloat without Xbox money. And then there's Arcane Studios. I don't even know what they make. I don't know if I'm familiar with Arcane Studios. Apparently, they're making a Blade game, which, okay. What did Arcane Studios make?
Dark Messiah, Might and Magic.
Okay, I've heard of that, yeah.
Redfall.
Dishonored. Okay, Dishonored was pretty good. I like Dishonored. Also, that's probably their biggest games, is Dishonored series. Oh, they made Prey as well. Okay, yeah.
Oh, did they make Prey? 2016, like that Prey?
Yeah.
Like the soft sequel to System Shock or whatever?
Yep.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, so they're gonna also go independent. So that's something. But there's a lot of other studios that are impacted that the Microsoft is keeping around. So ID Software, they make Doom games for years and years and years. They lost 50% of their entire studio, which is a big bummer. I saw an article that coming out from like the guy running the studios, like, yeah, we basically can't make games with half the staff, so I don't know what we're gonna do.
Real candid. You know what I mean? It would be such a breath of fresh air to not have these like shitty CEOs that are just like paid like talking heads to come out and like feed me bullshit that I then have to parse through and figure out through like news articles or like, backroom interviews with like developers or whatever. Like, why not just have these guys come out? They're like, hey, man, what's going on over there with your studio? He's like, yeah, man, I don't know what to tell you. Microsoft basically cut all our funding, so I had 400 people working on this, and now I have 180. So I would expect a long delay. If it ever comes out at all, we'll probably run out of budget. I don't know.
Right.
If you're like, GoFundMe, if you guys are into that. You know what I mean? Like, where is that down-to-earth guy to come out and just say it like it is? Like, oh, yeah, guys, we got totally fucking host here. So if anybody wants to help out,
we're not done.
Is that a thing anymore? Do people like save these companies with like GoFundMes and all this crap? Like, is that even a thing?
No.
I feel like that was a big thing in the 2010s.
Yeah, the gaming budgets are just
they're too high,
expensive.
Right? You can't.
Yeah, you can't.
Even that one game that was Starfield or something that was like totally crowdsourced funded, and all those games like that, they get up to like ridiculous numbers, like a couple million. You're like, holy shit! Like people donated, like people like you and me got it up to 2 million, and then the whole thing falls apart because it turns out you need like 80 million.
Right.
I think that the budgets are just too high for some of these things, or maybe it just needs to be scaled back.
It was Star Citizen that you meant.
Thank you.
That was the crowdfunding one, and they raised $1 billion through crowdfunding investments.
1 billion.
1 billion.
Yeah, well, that one I think is the only tale of success.
Well, the game is not even out, not fully.
Correct. It's still, but it's the guy who's doing like the team that's doing it. They've been like very like their roadmap is good and like their updates are good. I've heard a lot of good things about that.
The project is sustained almost entirely by 6.5 million backers. That's pretty insane.
Well, that's supposed to be basically what No Man's Sky was supposed to be.
Yeah. They did fix No Man's Sky. It took them like 7 years to do it, but people turned around.
So now it's a game, but it's still not quite what he said it was going to be. Whatever that guy's name was.
There's a fantastic. It's a very long video. I think it's YouTube channel is like the Internet Historian, something like that.
Okay. Yep.
And he has like a full video about No Man's Sky. It's a really fun watch. It's a really good watch. They turned that game around big time, like big time. Anyway, let's get back to these sad studios. Bethesda, they make Elder Scrolls, Fallout. They had a significant.
That's Todd, whatever his name is. That name I know.
Good old Todd over there is gonna be sad because these reductions hit the teams that are working on Elder Scrolls 6. And And the internal staff is warning that this will trigger severe developmental bottlenecks. Everything sucks, dude. Like, everything's bad. There's no good news here.
I mean,
I
is
don't
it
know.
bad that we don't have as many Bethesda games floating around? I don't know. I was never a Bethesda game guy. Like, I didn't play the Fallouts. I watched a lot of content. My former roommate played a lot of Fallout 3 and 4. Like, he was a New Vegas guy. He was a 4 guy.
I love New Vegas. Yeah, it's really
New
good.
Vegas apparently is the best as far as like the way that the systems were built. In my understanding, that gameplay, while like that's the best of the games.
To me, it's my favorite one out of those. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, most people would probably choose Skyrim, but
but also I believe that New Vegas was it wasn't made by the same.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was made by, I think, Obsidian, which also had 25% of its workforce cut. So
now that's a shame. That's a bummer.
Yeah,
just got to turn the knife a little bit, right?
So yeah, here we are.
I can't even be like, oh, it's fine all the way. Like they just find a way of making it not fine. I'm like, who cares about Bethesda? Besides, that game was made by a different studio. Yeah, it was Obsidian. They're also getting cut. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Obsidian lost several core engineering and design discipline teams. So
with all this extra budget that they're picking up to pick up studios, what are the chances that Tri-Ace gets another shot at the title?
Tri-Ace gets is like fucking destitute, sad, drunk.
Motoi Sakuraba comes up and he's like, I'll throw my hat in the ring, and you know,
I don't even know if that guy is still in the game industry. I don't know.
He's a composer anyway, so I don't know why he would be.
Right. I don't know if he's doing anything these days.
Let's see.
Lastly, while you look that up, I'll just read this thing really quick. So basically, the core reason, according to good old Asha Sharma, is that Microsoft spread themselves too thin, chasing a subscription boom that didn't pay off. After spending nearly $80 billion over the last decade, acquiring massive publishers such as Activision Blizzard and ZeniMax, the console sales heavily lagged behind. So I don't know, what's the plan to turn this ship around? Apparently the plan is to reignite the console wars, which we can talk about next after you find out about your good old buddy,
the last
composer.
track that I see him making was for a game that you may remember called Absalom.
Really? Yes. That's awesome. All right, I'm glad he's at least getting work. That's good.
I think he only did one track, The Cosmic Beast, if I'm understanding this correctly. I don't even know how that works.
Yeah, he was just probably like a guest composer.
I would assume. I mean, the guy is like an absolute legend. I would say he's more famous than like a Daisuke Ishiwatari, who was like the Guilty Gear guy, who made all of the Guilty Gear, BlazBlue, and he composed it and played all the lead guitar. He's like the coolest dude in Japan, probably. This guy's like second place. I mean, it's good that he's doing a little something.
I'll put the FF7 guy up there. Like, One Winged Angel is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Naturo.
Nobuo. God, bad. Nobuo, you're right.
Uematsu something? Maybe?
Turns out I'm bad at spelling Japanese names. I'm like, how do I spell Nobuo?
Yeah, it's Nobuo Uematsu. Yeah.
Yep, got him.
He excellent composer. Again, top
I'd say
5 of all time.
The three
for sure.
people that we just named are probably the top Japanese composers. Clean.
Yeah.
And in this era, like, I don't think you're gonna see as much of that. Like the composers getting the same amount of like credit. You know what I mean? It's like how artists used to be. Bands were a thing back then. Yeah. Nowadays, it's like everything is just like flavor of the week. It's so crazy, like trying to like figure out music and all that. Like none of the radio stuff is playable. Like I've never even, I don't even know how to say that any other way. Like the shit. Do you listen to the radio? Do you know what's on the radio right now?
I just listen to Spotify like everyone else.
Yeah, all that shit's gone.
Yep.
Same with Japanese composers. Used to be like, I'm not getting the new Tales game unless Motoi Sakuraba is on it. I don't think anybody said that.
No one ever said that. Okay, last fucking bad news, I guess. Console Wars are back. Microsoft decided to kill a fully made, ready to ship Gears of War E-Day PlayStation 5 version. They basically just canned it during the Summer Game Fest. The reason people are 100% sure about that is because they had trailers with PlayStation logos all over it for months. And then they announced during Summer Game Fest that it no longer is coming to PlayStation.
I
Now,
mean, Gears of War is the top title that I think of when I think of like an Xbox exclusive. I'm sorry,
absolutely.
Halo is the top
Yeah.
top title, but Gears of War is like way up there.
It's the
So
second.
I mean,
It's second. It's Halo Gears. Like that's the Xbox brand. Like you know. So on one hand, I get it. If you want to, I guess try to get Xbox to be a thing again, but I don't know if people give a fuck about Gears of War, man. Who plays?
I
like,
haven't played Gears. I haven't played any past 3.
3. Yeah, that's where people stopped. Correct.
And then they had 4 or 5, and now this will be 6, right?
Sure.
Was there a 6?
This is a 6.
This is 6. Okay.
Like they don't have numbers on them anymore because this is a prequel. But yeah, and you know they have Gears of War like remake of the first one on PlayStation, which obviously was meant like, hey, play this so when Gears of War Edict comes out, you know Dom, and you know you can kind of get into the Gears of War series, and we'll probably bring the remake of 2 and 3 at some point. But that's all dead.
Yeah, it's all gone.
It's all gone.
So I mean, I guess which would you prefer? That Sony and Microsoft are kind of like, yeah, no, we're going to compete with each other, and we're going to, you know, try to basically battle out for your money, the gamers' money. Or what if they teamed up? Like if they join hands, we would have access to all the games, but how bad would they be? Like how evil would they become? If they're like, oh, we own them now, then how much? You know what I mean? Do they just double all their prices immediately?
I don't know, man. I just feel
They'll
like
make a Playbox Series 5 or whatever. Playbox, that's what it should be.
I mean, again, like
X-Station.
we were kind of going into like, hey, kind of doesn't matter where you play because we're adding cross play to every game ever for the past X amount of years, right? Like, so it didn't really matter which console you owned at the end of the day, for most of the time. I wonder if they're gonna fucking start going backwards on crossplay as well. That would be really stupid. But maybe they might do it.
Why not? If it's not serving them money and we're not all clamoring for it.
I think
that's
people do
like
it.
I think that most people don't give a shit. I think that's the problem. Not enough people are vocal about it.
I don't know. I think crossplay was one of the best things that they added in like their last 10 years.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't know if like obviously if they're thinking about taking it away,
right?
Not enough people were like, hey man, that's got to stay no matter what.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know if crossplay will be impacted, but we're back to console wars. We'll have console exclusives, I guess. But that's a dying breed unless you're making like first party games like Sony does. Like what is Xbox gonna have that's exclusive? Like Halo and Gears again? Like people don't. That's not gonna sell fucking consoles. Like it's just. I mean,
at what point are we just gonna go back to the days of like, you know, these guys actually giving a shit and like getting like a playable model and taking a look at it and being like, you know, screen testing and play testing it a little bit, be like, hey, this game's going to do really well. We should get behind this. And like, you know, you push the games that are going to do well. You don't just push a game because it's a big IP, you know, like the same Assassin's Creed. You don't have to sit there and play like a rebranded trailer from the old Assassin's Creed that looks like the new one.
Yeah.
You know, get more, what was that stupid game that we just played? The JRPG.
We played a JRPG?
No, well, yes, we did.
Okay.
The famous one. Not famous. The indie one that got really big last year. The name is just slipping my brain. We both have played it.
We both played it.
French
together?
developer. No.
Oh, Expedition 33. Okay.
Thank you. Expedition. Yep. Yeah, more Expedition. You know what I mean? Where you get like a smaller studio that just does really good work, and then you just push the shit out of that.
Yeah, but like, again, how you know, Expedition is like a unicorn exception and not the standard. Like, how many times does it happen that you have like mid-sized studio making one of the best-selling games of that year? Almost never.
Yeah,
almost never. It's.
Well, I mean, that might be the problem. You know, trying to capture lightning in a bottle and throwing money at things, hoping that people like them because you invested a bunch of money in it. and then people don't like it. We've seen very clearly that that's not, money doesn't solve that problem, and then people don't
No,
buy it, and then the studio is just down like $40 million or 80 million or whatever, you know what I mean? And then it's like, where's that money go? How do they get that back? Am I looking at it? Am I
they don't. They shut down the studio, and
I shut down the
that's
studio
sad.
and increase the price of all their consoles by $150? Is that where we're at?
Yeah,
Is
hell
that,
yeah, that's where we're at.
you know what I mean? Maybe less of these giant, like, forced, what am I looking for? Like, I just feel like they're shoving the shit down your throat. And they're like, you like this, don't you? And it's like, no, I mean, I kind of would like it if you had this. And like, no, it's Enzio and he's doing Assassin's Creed stuff. And I don't know why I keep leaning on Assassin's Creed. Probably because that's the type of game that like keeps getting huge budget and it's the same fucking game over and over again.
Yeah,
Like they just never change it and they just keep releasing it
pumping them out.
like it's a Marvel movie.
Yeah, they just pump and dump.
But that's a lot of money for a pump and dump.
Well, that's why Ubisoft is like on the verge of fucking bankruptcy. Like they're doing terrible.
So at what point do we reevaluate and just start saying like, hey, we're not going to put out as many games with a bunch of marketing?
But it's not even as many games. The games just take way longer to develop. They're way bigger than before. They cost way more because you have to pay way more people salaries for 2 to 3 years to 4 years to 5 years of development. And that's how the budget explodes.
I just don't think I agree, because Expedition 33 was made by like 7 guys.
No, it was not. It was not.
No, it was made by more, but not a ton more. How big is that studio?
It's small, but again, it's like ex-game developers from Ubisoft that quit and made the studio. They had about $10 million budget, I believe, to make this game, which is pretty low. But, you know, they basically took a huge gamble, and if that game didn't pan out, they would all lose their houses or whatever else they put as a fucking collateral. Yeah.
Whatever
so, you know, like,
they
I don't
signed
know.
against.
I just, you know.
I mean, is that where it's at?
That doesn't work for, like, you know, AAA huge release. It's just not.
But hear me out, because they have a very similar problem in the film industry. And a lot of times what you get is like, you know, you have your blockbusters that are going to have like the $1 billion budgets, and then they'll release like $10 million budget horror movies. They'll kind of like stick to a genre. Horror is the big one they do it with.
I feel like it's only horror. Yeah. Like horror gets away with it, sure. And
so like what is the equivalent
there are games that can get away with it. I'm not saying there's no room for the Expedition 33 of the worlds. I think we would be better off if there's more of those. But they are huge risks.
When is that going to be the play? You're not going to be able to take gambles like this too many times, right? How many times can you gamble $100 million and lose?
Well, they don't always lose, obviously. Like, you know, plenty of games make plenty of money, but
yeah,
it's not like indie games are doing fantastic either. Like, if you look on Steam, there's literally hundreds of games come out every single day, and most of them are never even they're not even noticed by anyone except the guy who made it. You know, and they don't make any money. It's rough out there.
That's true. You got to keep the ecosystem also kind of controlled. There has to be like a bar, a threshold.
Yeah, Steam has like they don't reject anything at this point. They basically, everything can go on Steam.
And why would they care? You know, I mean, it's just like, at that point, it's like peer to peer. They get I mean, that's how Steam does so well. You know, they don't have to worry about any of that shit. It's really, as long as they're getting their cut as being a storefront.
Okay, so for Expedition 33, they had 33 full-time in-house developers.
And then tell me what the team was for the last Assassin's Creed game.
But there's 400 people in the credits because they had external QA firm, animation studios, voice production. So a lot of stuff was just outsourced. You know, it's not like it took 33 people to make that game. It still took hundreds of people to make that game.
Okay, but even with the low, I mean, all right, so they outsourced it all. Well, they outsourced some of it. But again, you know, I would ask, how big was the team that worked on, let's not say Assassin's Creed, although I that's a prime example in my head because I know it's a huge budget.
I'll do Assassin's Creed. Sure. Shadows was the last one. Let's see. How big was the team for Assassin's Creed Shadows? Assassin's Creed Shadows was colossal with over 3,000 active developers.
You see what I mean? It
15
needs to be
support
somewhere
studios.
between the two, somewhere between 30 guys and then having to outsource a bunch of shit and having 3,000 guys that obviously something went horribly wrong because the game isn't that great.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? Somewhere between those two, can we find like that nice, sweet middle spot? Probably closer to the Sandfall, you know, maybe 60 people. What if they limit, you know what I mean? What if they pick a team and they just limit everything and they're like, hey, you guys have 2 years and this much money to come up with it. I mean, I guess they probably tried all this shit. I don't know. This can't be like genius brainstorming ideas I came up with at 4:00 on a Thursday.
And I mean, think about what kind of game Expedition 33 is a fantastic game, but it's not like an open world real time action game that would not be possible to be made by such small studio with so little people. It's a turn based, like canned animations that you see throughout the whole game over and over again. You know, it's limited in scope because it has to be. They couldn't make a bigger game. We'll see how big their next game is because they made so much money that now they'll be a big studio. So.
Right, I guess we'll see if money corrupts or if, you know.
Right, can they repeat it? I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, what about the Hollow Knight people? How about more, what was Hollow Knight? I'm trying to remember what that studio is. Team Cherry. That's 2 people.
Yeah, it's like 3 people. Yep. But again, that's a 2D platform. You know?
It's a Metroidvania and it's best in class. Even in the Metroidvania series.
It doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter. Like if you're trying to make a 3D like God of War style game, you can't have a Kickstarter that made $45,000 and make a game out of that. That's just not a thing.
I would just say if the IP isn't doing it, then I just wouldn't make it.
Well, like, God of War is doing
too expensive. God of War does well.
Yeah.
But if it's too expensive to make these giant action
but it takes
games.
Time. They
and
just
a ton of
so time. Yeah.
All the time that's being spent making the games are time that you're not getting paid for the game as well. So if you have somebody that can put out a very passable product kind of quickly at a reasonable price, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
maybe I'd
tiers.
suck some of the magic out of it. I just feel like everything's been inflated to such a degree.
Absolutely. I'm not saying it's not bloated. Like it is definitely bloated. You definitely don't need 3,000
it's bloated and inflated. So it's bloated and like you said, there's 100 games released every day on Steam. There are not 100 quality games being released every day. There's not 2 quality games being released every day.
Right.
So that's already a problem. That should come down. But the inflation, you know, the budget's just like skyrocketing.
Yeah.
I don't know if and I don't know how to fix that. You know, I guess I know some of them mess with AI, but that's like really frowned upon in that like whole scene. I mean, you just I don't know, change the design. I don't have a good answer yet. I don't have a good answer. Maybe it just needs to be a little bit like the technology needs to be a little bit better, a little bit more manageable. Maybe if it takes you that long to like code, you know, animations for a character or something like that, maybe it just needs to be better before it gets to that level. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'd have to really, when you're getting into budgets that high and like the returns and all that, it's really tough to tell. I guess it's always a gamble.
Yeah.
And you get so far into a game that you're just stuck with whatever the product is.
I think games would be worse if we didn't have these big ass games trying to be big, you know? Like Hollow Knight is fantastic 2D platformer, but if that's all the games were, like that's not the games I want to only be able to play as 2D platformers made by indie teams. Like that's not enough for me.
How about roguelike?
Yeah, fucking roguelikes is like might be even worse than fucking 2D platformers. Like there's so many of them.
Just enough.
All right, that's enough.
What do you think? Have we talked enough? We've doomstayed it for about
I think so.
more than an hour. Now we've depressed everybody watching.
I'm depressed as well, but listen, sometimes it just sucks, and right now it's bad out there. That's all.
Oh, you know what, Paul? We had one thing that I think we briefly discussed because I have you playing Star Ocean, you know, as like the must play game or something like that. Was there anything that you wanted me on?
Fantastic that you asked, Chris, because there is actually, which I will tie into our. So we had Summer Game Fest while I was away. I don't know if you watched any of it or you watched any of the trailers or anything. But they announced a bunch of stuff. We have some release dates for stuff.
Is it Assassin's Creed Black Flag?
It is not.
Am I about to play Assassin's Creed? I just shit on that game for about 30 minutes straight.
I need you to basically play through Final Fantasy VII.
You want the remakes?
The remakes, yeah, because
shit.
Revelation.
Are those 40 hours a piece?
Oh, you sweet summer child. Oh my god, 40. I mean, the first one probably like 30, maybe. If you depends. If you just want to beat it, yeah, I think like 20, 30 main story. Yeah.
Oh, listen, if they have like bonus content, that's what I live for. If there's like bonus fights and shit like that, if the mega weapons around, I'll do it.
The second one, if you do everything, like if you go for the plat, I mean, I'll just let you experience it, but it's fucking long. And even main story, it's long. That game, talk about bloated. That game has too much bullshit in it.
Well, that's based off of like disc 2 from the original, which was that was already like the weird spot.
Yeah. So
in the original game. So
I think you should play those because Revelation, Final Fantasy VII Revelation is coming in 2027. So, by the time you've wrapped those two up,
no shit.
This one will be out and ready to go, and we can be both ready for it. They showed the trailer for that. It looks pretty sweet. They added the airship to it, so you can fly around the whole world. It's way more open world even than the second one, apparently, and the second one was pretty much open world. It was still like section off, but the zones were pretty big. We'll see.
That's a very fair ask. Obviously, everybody's played the original Final Fantasy VII. Well, everybody our age,
our audience.
Yeah,
let's
our
say,
audience,
the boomers of gaming.
And you know what? And I enjoyed my brief time playing because I played like the demo real quick, and then I downloaded the game when it came out, and then I just never jumped into it that hard. But I enjoyed everything that it did, so I have no reason not to play it.
Yeah, I think the first one is free on PlayStation Plus. I don't know about the second one, but
I own it. I think I don't know. That one I can look into. Whatever, I'll pay for it if I have to.
But
it could be one of my 2 games of the year.
There it is.
You might have to go down to 1 with these new console prices.
I will say I'm very excited for the third one. Very excited. As much as I hated in the second one, like it was just like too much monotonous content. Like I wouldn't recommend going for plat in the second one. Just do like the extra fights, and those are fucking really, 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 really hard.
Does that have Emerald and Ruby, or is that 3 of the third one?
That all the side ultimate weapons will be in 3.
Okay.
So no,
I'll be very curious to see what they do with like an Emerald and a Ruby weapon, which obviously are.
They're doing that. They're doing the Knights of the Round Table. They're doing everything, all the cool side content in the third one. The second one, it's not cool side content, but it's really hard. It's really hard fights if you're into that, and the combat's really good. So that's why I did it. But man.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know me and my combat.
So that's coming out, I think, spring 2027.
Okay.
So yeah. Other than that, they have a bunch of announcements. We're not gonna go over all of them because there's too many games and we don't care about most of them.
Correct.
But I will mention a couple that I'm kind of looking forward to. I don't know if you've ever played Control. It's people made Alan Wake and then they made Control.
Yeah, that's the girl that's able to telekinesis a bunch of stuff around her. Yep.
Kinda FBI, but not chick.
Correct. She's part of some organization.
She's part of the FBU.
World Police. Yep, got it.
So they're making a sequel to that game that's coming out in September 24th this year. I really like the first game. I might check this one out. Maybe.
Okay.
What else was there? These games we don't care about. Lords of the Fallen 2 is coming out. I played the first one. I didn't like it, so there's that. Resident Evil Veronica is coming out in 2027.
Ah, yep.
A full-on
That one
remake.
I'd be very curious to see. I know. Did you play the original Veronica
Nope,
X?
I did
Okay.
not.
It was interesting. It played like the old school style. Like it didn't play like 4.
Yeah,
And
I
it was
bet you they'll change it to be more
they
like.
have to change everything. There was like the storyline was kind of weird. There's like a kid who dies in it. Well, spoilers. But he's like a main kid, but he's like a kid and he has like a crush on Claire or something. It was just a weird. It was
Yeah.
like Leon, Ada, like they're age appropriate. This felt weird.
Yeah,
He was
so
like a teenager on a boat.
they did say that they're gonna have modernized gameplay, reimagined storyline. So
Reimagine, baby. Yep.
we'll see how that one goes. But listen, I like all of the Resident Evil remakes, so I'm sure I'll play it.
Yeah, they'll probably update the combat to make
If they
that a
make
lot
it like
more.
2, like they don't have to
Yeah.
make it like action like 4, you know, just kind of make it like the 2 remake or 3 if you want to keep it slower and more Resident Evil than action, right? You could do that.
Yeah, easily. That game was kind of built for it.
Yeah. Yep, and other than that, there's a bunch of other games. They showed a lot of Wolverine. They showed the God of
Sonic Crossworlds Racing,
there's that.
Star Wars Galactic Racer,
God of War, Mom of War. They showed that. Yeah,
Stranger
that
Than
looked-
Heaven. It has Tupac in it.
Stranger in Heaven has Tupac in it, which
That's a very odd sentence that I just said out loud.
the Tupac estate is not very happy about this from what I've been seeing. Snoop Dogg is also in that game.
Okay.
Stranger in Heaven is like Yakuza. It's the Yakuza studio.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
it's like,
Tupac, is this like his rise? He's
no,
like the black Yakuza?
You don't play as Tupac.
You
but-
don't play as Tupac Shakur.
No, you don't.
Is 50
But-
Cent gonna appear in it?
Honestly, Stranger in Heaven, it's coming out in January 2027. I like Yakuza games these days, so maybe I could play it. Maybe.
Do you play the Like a Dragon games and
I
all
did
that?
not, because they were like turn-based. They changed.
Turn-based, yeah. I know
Yeah.
I didn't want the infinite wealth and all that, but I love my Yakuza games.
Like, I like turn-based games, but I just didn't feel like Yakuza
It didn't need to be
to
turn-based. It was
No.
perfect the way it was. Just doing like simple like street brawl things and simple combat,
Yeah,
kind of flashy, not really all that challenging.
yeah, kind of boring.
Yeah, I think if you crank the difficulty up, it got a little weird. But then that's one of those games where you can heal like in battle in a pause menu.
Yep.
So all encounters are trivialized because you can purchase everything.
Correct.
Like you're not going to run into that problem. So it's self-imposed. I mean, I did most of the actual fights in that with like very limited healing just to make it more fun for myself. But those games are more you're playing as
you're there
Kazuma
for the story.
Kiryu. Yeah, you're playing the guy.
Yep, absolutely.
And he's like the Japanese Jason Statham.
Yeah, so God of War, I don't know if it's something I need, but I mean,
What about Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced? That's coming out real soon.
I know, and apparently it has good reviews, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah, it does.
It's out right now, buddy. You wanna pick that up?
I'm
it
not.
dropped today.
I cannot.
You have to. It's one of your 2 games.
Last
of
game
the
I want
year.
to quickly mention is that Marvel fighting game, Tokon.
Oh, Tokon.
Who Arc System is making that one. It's looking better and better. Like every time they show a new trailer, it looks way better than before. So I'm not a fighting game guy these days as much, but if you told me, hey, let's get into this fucking game and play online versus each other, I could be convinced.
I'll tell you what, I'll give it another look. I looked a couple months ago because I watched a couple fighting game like channels. Just to kind of keep up on stuff, and the stuff I saw from it didn't look very good. So if you tell me it's looking better,
yeah,
I might take another peek.
It looked pretty rough.
It looked very rough. It looked like kind of choppy. I was like, oh,
Yep.
It's like like Mortal Kombat kind of has like that stilted feel when you're playing it, and like MVC2 has a really fluid. This was like kind of in between, where it was like MVC2 graphics with Mortal Kombat like jilted kind of movement stuff. I don't.
Yeah.
If you're telling me that they fixed it a little bit, then
it looks pretty good now. Yeah, I think that game will be pretty big. But we'll see. That's about it. That's all I got for this week.
I think
from
that
you?
that's it, Paul. I think we've covered all the bases. So with
good to be
that,
back.
it's good to be back, my friend. And we want to take this time to thank all of our patrons. Paul's gonna list them for you right now.
You know what's
All right,
really
guys.
awesome
Well, thank
about
you.
this joke? It doesn't work because whenever I do removing of silences, it removes the silence.
I know, and that actually makes it even better because then it's instant. I'm like, and Paul's going to list them for you right now, and you're like, all right, guys. It cuts off like the end of my sentence. It's even better. The joke is better because of the silence removal.
Perfect. All right.
Well, all right, everybody.
That's it.
That's it.
Right, please go away. Hit the button. I can't. It doesn't work. It doesn't.
I took it for granted. Now I understand it. It is slime. Surrendering to slime. The force of life decline. Its touch is right. Like a filthy kiss goodnight.